everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing my very short February reading wrap up. I actually read so little in February. It's kind of scary because I thought I was on a good track with reading, because in January I had a pretty good reading month, but at the same time I was also pretty busy and I did not have the motivation to read in the month of February, so I'm kind of like not beating myself up about it. My goal is still 100 books for this year and I've only read 11 so far. 10 months to read 89 more books. But I'm not pressing myself too much about it, okay? We're going to talk about the 4 books that I read in the month of February. This video is probably not going to be that long, considering the fact that I quite literally did not read much, so there's not a lot to talk about. But I'm excited anyways. And I'm actually happy because my wrap-ups are usually my least favorite to edit because of like the stats that I put on the side, and I hate having to do that, so thank you for reading so little. Okay, so the first book that we have on the whatchamacallit is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This book was so fast-paced and I loved it. This is 4 stars, I believe. I usually have my notebook sitting with me, but I was like, I didn't read that much. I know the order that I read in, so I'm gonna assume off the top of my head that this is what I read. Guys, I just realized I only read 3 books. I'm sorry for saying 4. What? I read 3 books. So yeah, I only read 3 books, so there's like not much for me to like have to remember. I have to look over at the notebook, so I don't have it, but I think this is only 4 stars. I love Lynn Painter's writing. Everything that she writes, I've only ever like read her YA books, but every single YA book of hers that I've read, I have not read Nothing Like the Movies yet, but every other YA book that I've read of hers, chef's kiss. Like, she does it so well. So I'm excited to read Nothing Like the Movies. This book was good. I would definitely recommend it. It was the perfect Valentine's Day book, especially since it takes place on Valentine's Day. It's basically just Valentine's Day over and over and over again until she gets the day right. The Ruined Royals, and as you guys can see, this book is bedazzled, so cutesy, but I actually wrote this book, as you probably can tell by the numerous amount of copies over there. I wrote this book, The Ruined Royals. This is a clean YA fantasy about 2 relatives who find out they're part of the royal family, but when they leave the castle, there's a curse that's in the castle and it's making the guards and the staff and the chef just want them dead. So everybody's falling for this curse in the family besides these 2, so they kind of have to fight this tension, fight the jealousy that's been there for decades upon centennials in this castle, and try to break the curse, try not to die, and try not to turn on each other, because it's so easy to do in this castle where the stakes are so high. It's available on Amazon. Link in the description down below. I also have an Instagram. You guys can go follow me over there. That is also in the description down below if you guys want to support me and see more about my book. You guys can also get signed copies on my Etsy link down below, which that's a good direct way to support me if you guys want it, and also they get signed for the exact same price. Next is Grimm and Oro by Alex Astor. This book was 3 stars. Okay, so let me first of all just preface this by saying I have an entire reading vlog on this that's like 45 minutes long. It's available on my channel. Go watch it if you guys want to kind of see my thoughts and opinions as I rate it. But Grimm and Oro, I have mixed emotions. Grimm's side was good. Not Grimm's side. Oro's side was good. I'm a Grimm girly to the day I die. Well, I'm thinking about switching after this book, but I did not like Oro, and I read his side of the story and I kind of fell in love with his character. I was just like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I love Grimm, right? So I got a Grimm side. Grimm's side, his entire story that had to do with Isla was quite literally just lustful intent. It had no true love factors, while with Oro, he actually kind of saw her and wanted to communicate with her and learn more about her. And Grimm kind of was just like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty, like the things I could do to her. Man, this is a YA book. That's why I rated this book so low, because I was just like, this is a YA book. Why are we talking about the things that we're talking about, you know? I just think it's very odd to include it in a book that's marketed towards teenagers. But yeah, this was 3 stars. Not the biggest fan. If you have started the Light Lurk series, it's really not worth reading this. It pissed me off. Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. There's this entire story within this book that I want to explain real quick. I actually started reading this book. I read the first 4 chapters back in October, and I meant to pick it up and I kind of forgot that I was reading it. Like, every time I look at the book, I would always think, I haven't read that book yet, so let me do something else, right? And I was just like, oh, I haven't read that book yet. I haven't read this yet. I haven't started it yet, because I genuinely believed I did not start it yet, because I genuinely forgot that I had started this book. I was 4 chapters in. So I want to say December. I picked up either December or January. I picked up The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and it was okay. If you guys want to see my review on that, it's in that wrap up, but it's also on my Fable and Goodreads. Follow me over there, by the way. We have a Fable book club. But I read it and I was kind of mad about it, and then I picked this up because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I started reading it. I was like, I've read this before. And then I got to like chapter 5 and I was like, oh my gosh, I like literally already read the first 4 chapters and I forgot. So then I continued to read it. I read it December, stopped halfway because I first of all I got really sick. If you guys remember that reading vlog, my TBR takedown, I got really sick, and after that I kind of forgot once again that I was reading it until this month. I was just like, okay, well, we're gonna pick this up again, and I kind of flew through it right after that. It wasn't bad. I just kept forgetting that I was reading it because I kept getting sidetracked by other books and like videos and editing and stuff and work, but it was not bad. I would definitely say if there are trigger warnings in here, every time I do a video where I recommend you guys stuff, yes, the trigger warnings right here, please check those because this book handles and tackles very dark topics. Yes, but Love Unwritten was good by Lauren Asher. So with that being said, these are the 4 books that I read in the month of February, including The Ruined World. We're gonna include it anyways because, girl, yeah. But these are the 3 books that I read in the month of February. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sending out kisses. I love you guys so much, but Jesus loves you more, and I'll see you guys next video. Love you. Bye.